What's up, dudes? Okay, so today we're going to take a look at the Sword of Thranduil made by United Cutlery. This sword first came into view in the Hobbit series. Pretty well when Thranduil, when the Mirkwood Elves had taken a orc into captivity, questioned him, had a rage fit, and chopped his head off. You got to see his sword for the first time. It is a really cool sword. It follows most other elvish style swords with its saber-esque look with the curved blade. This one, unlike the others, is solid steel through and through. Not just the blade, but the hilt too. In the movies, whenever you see Thranduil whooping ass and taking names like a boss, it looks like those swords ought to be pretty damn light. But I gotta tell you, elvish steel must be a lot lighter than stainless steel, because these bitches are heavy. And it being solid steel through and through, if I tried to pull those moves out of my ass, I would throw my arm out of socket. So, this guy, the hilt is solid steel, 440 solid steel, just like the blade. It's got these little runners going down the side that are just kind of glued on. So, you know, if you're one of those retards that thinks that you need to battle test a sword, and you battle test this sword, you're a fucking idiot, and you're going to break these off. Do not battle test these swords. I've seen too much of that shit. It's retarded. But, I digress.
Oh, that hurt. Oh, that hurt big time.
With this sword, tried to throw in a little bit of antiquing to offset the monotony between the hilt and the blade. Because, I mean, while it being stainless steel through and through is cool, once everything starts looking the same, it gets a little boring. So this way, with the antiquing, it gives a little extra something to the hilt to try and give it a little bit of a difference in comparison to the blade, because the blade's still nice and shiny and pretty, but once you get to the hilt, you can see the pitting, the antiqued look. Now, these have been delayed in production a little bit. You know, the first few hundred maybe came out, but from my understanding, it's been part of a quality thing. The United Cutlery is trying to do a little bit better with the antiquing on these next ones. So maybe the ones that come out after mine are much more badass, and you know, I swim in an endless sea of fail for getting one of the first ones. But you know what? I have one. I'm cool with that. So whatever. The edge of the blade, there's not really one. I mean, of course, if you smack somebody with it, yeah, it'd still hurt. But you know, most people that get hit with a stainless steel object do find that it hurts whether you have a sharp blade or not. On the top of the blade, on the spine of the blade, you have these little railings. They're just kind of glued on there. If you look about here, you can see separation between the two railings where they're kind of butted up against one another and glued in. And you can see just the slightest little bit of glue here at the top. I don't know if it comes through on the camera or not, but it's there, and it's whatever. And here you can see the Hobbit logo, where it's made, yada yada, all that BS. And then here's sort of a close-up. But it is a really awesome blade. Like I said before, one other cool thing is that in the blade, where the railings are, there are actual slots that are cut out just below the spine, so you can see my shirt through the slots in there. There's not a lot of lore on this sword. Whenever you try looking up the various Wikipedia, knowledge sites, the nerd sites, whatever, there's not a lot on this sword. It doesn't have a name. You never hear of a name. It may have a name. I don't know. But it's never mentioned or worth mentioning in the movies. So, some people have said, well, he didn't have a very good sword, or making jokes that, Legolas used a bow, so obviously it wasn't a good enough sword to hand down, blah, 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 blah. If you watch the movies, you know that Thranduil was a bad motherfucker. He may look like a woman, but he whoops ass like a man. So, his sword's badass. Don't care what anybody says. This sword is available, well, that's kind of a loaded term. Should be available soon from retailers like Bud K, Cult of Athena. There's a few others out there, I'm sure. Use them replicas, True Swords, Smith Blades. There's quite a few out there. But they'll all be carrying this guy just as soon as United Cutlery decides to let everybody have one. We'll see how long that takes. One of the other cool things about this is that it follows along with the other elven blades, and it is mounted horizontally. If you've been looking at some of the newer swords that are coming out from United Cutlery, you might have noticed the newest elven blade, the Mirkwood Soldier's Blade, is going to be mounted vertically, and it looks retarded. All the other elven blades, including this one, are mounted horizontally, and rather than staying with the trend, the flavor, they went, and I'm not much on it myself. So, but the mount that it comes on is fairly nice. I'm not showing you the mount because I'm too lazy to go and dig it out of the box. You're lucky that I dug this out, because I haven't hung it yet because I suck, because I'm lazy. Which is why instead of showing you stills of the sword, I put it up close to the camera so that you can see it, because I don't want to do more editing later, and I'm not ashamed of it. So that's about it. This guy, you can go ahead and put in pre-orders at the various websites that I rattled off earlier. I can also stick some in the comments. And also, if you have any other swords, Lord of the Rings versions, whatever, that you want reviewed, something off the top of your head, if you want it reviewed, say something in the comments. If I've got it, I'll give it a shot. And thank you for watching. We'll see you next time.